Greetings, YouTube. Happy late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning across the pond. If, like me, you have insomnia, can't sleep, and saw the notification for this video, thanks for clicking on it. I have reviewed hundreds of offers in my time in MCOC, and like a lot of offers, this was sent to me by a subscriber. In fact, it was sent to me by Ace Dia, who completed the initial clear of Master Mode already and saw this offer pop up. And I don't know about you, but when I see a Master Mode offer, my brain is just automatically programmed to say, yeah, not a good deal. And I just click off it, right? I just click off it. But in this case, I had to take a second look. And I'm going to make my own channel's history tonight / this morning. Because when I break down this deal objectively, it is the best Master Mode deal we have seen ever. And it's not a bad deal at all. In fact, it is a fairly good deal if you are not Cavalier. If you're somebody who maybe is trying to become uncollected, or you're freshly uncollected, and there's no way you have the roster or the energy or the time to become Cavalier anytime soon, this offer review is for you. If you are Cavalier, then this really isn't going to be as valuable to you because the ratio of 5-star shards to units is a lot different for you than it is for somebody that doesn't have the ability to purchase Cavalier crystals for 200 units apiece, which really do change the entire math and formula of my offer reviews. And so I have to say, whenever I review an offer from now on, the stipulation if you're Cavalier or if you're not Cavalier, because that is entirely different depending on how you're looking at this. But I have written down in my handy dandy notepad here a breakdown of just the items you see on screen. I don't know if there's anything else in this. There used to be like energy refills, for example, but we're just going to take the first 5 items that pop up on the screen. The 5-star shards, the legendary crystal, the level 5 health potions, the level 5 team health potions, and level 2 team revives. Just those items to evaluate this deal. I also have to tell you that if you don't get this deal in the first half an hour, I think, and it goes to 2,000 units instead of 1,700, it gets to be a worse value. So really, I am basing the value of this offer right when it pops up. Unfortunately, by the time I was able to respond to this user via the Line app, that half an hour had passed, and so I couldn't really do the evaluation in time for this user to take advantage of the deal as much, so sorry for that. But let's talk about this, because the 5 level 2 team revives are the cornerstone of this deal. They normally cost 100 units apiece, or 500 units total. And that is more than 1/4 of the asking price when you take off the 300 unit value of the half an hour savings. And that's awesome. I don't know anybody that couldn't use more level 2 team revives, especially in preparation for the new, say, Act 6 Chapter 2. Besides that, the 5 level 5 team health potions I would value at about 50 units apiece, because you can't really buy them in the store, so that's an additional 250 units. We know how much that 5 level 5 health potions, the non-team ones, cost, the individuals, and that costs about 140 units. So the 3 of the items together, not counting the 5-star shards or the legendary crystals, total 890 units, which, when you do the math, means that for less than 1,000 units, you get both the 5-star hero crystal shards and the legendary crystal, at which point the legendary crystal is a gamble, right? It's a 20% RNG to pull a 5-star and an 80% chance to pull a 4-star, and 8 out of 10 times on average you'll pull that 4-star. If you happen to pull a 5-star from that, that's essentially 12,500 5-star shards for less than 1,000 units. That's 12.5 times for the ratio, which I always talk about, between 5-star shards and units. That's incredible. I do think the legendary crystal on average should be valued at least 1,000 units, because it still is something that could get you a 5-star crystal for 1,000 units, which is cheaper than anything we've seen even in the unit store, as $50 is the going rate for a really good deal, at least in the past year, for a 5-star basic crystal, and 1,000 units is less than that. It costs 1,450 units for a 5-star. So it's like something like, I don't know, $40 worth of units, shall we say. But if you pull that 5-star out of the legendary crystal, and that's, again, worth 10,000 5-star shards, and you add that with the 2,500, that by itself is well worth the 1,700 units, regardless of the fact that you get all these potions and revives in addition to it for free. So I'm not going to give this an A grade, but I am going to give this, for people who are not uncollected, a B to B plus grade, which is a really historic grade given the impact of the master level trigger for this offer. I think it is an exceptionally fair offer. I'm thankful that Kabam put it out, but keep in mind, I mean that if you're not uncollected, and or if you are uncollected, I should say max, but you're not Cavalier, and if you take advantage of it for the first 30 minutes it's out. If you love this offer, if you want to take advantage of it, I remind you that you control when you trigger it. Usually it's when you have completed the last chapter of the difficulty for the first time. I don't know 100% that that's the case for this one, but I would imagine it's the same process we've seen month and month in the past. So if it follows the same formula that each of the past offers follow, then there you go, YouTube. It is a B to B plus value, and if you pull a great 5-star out of Legendary Crystal, this has a solid A to A plus value, but obviously that's only 20% chance to even get a 5-star, and from there, there's so many mediocre to trash champs in that pool that there really is going to be a rarity for who pulls the 5-star. I will say that this offer also doesn't get a higher grade, because some people might say, Prof, you should get an even higher grade. Then when you consider that the units are going to go a long way, hopefully on July 4th, which is less than a month away. So keep that in mind. July 4th kind of scales all the offers down a little bit just for the anticipation of what those offers could look like, especially for units and for cash. So there you have it, YouTube, a little late night offer review that was sent to me. Thanks again to Ace Dia for providing this screenshot for me to review. I don't know, again, if there's anything below the level 2 team revives. Maybe somebody could shed light on that. But if we just assume that it's the 5 items on screen, it's still a B to B plus value if you're not Cavalier, and that's certainly worth your time considering in Marvel Contest or Marvel Casino of Champions, depending on how you look at this game. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good night or morning, depending on when you're watching this.